Hey, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hello to everybody that's watching this live now and in the future. Welcome to Coffee Chat with me. I'm Catherine Oster, and damn, I'm so grateful that you are here watching this. What else is possible beyond what we could ever imagine? So, the topic that I chose for today is just do it. Just choose it. Just wing it. Even if you don't have things ready in quotation marks yet, what would it take for you to just jump in and see? Hey, who's here? Can you type me a comment? I want to see if I can see the comments. I'm so glad there's somebody watching. And for those of you watching, hi Loretta, it's Loretta. And for those of you watching this in the future, I always do these Facebook Live and I don't always have people join me right away, and that's totally cool. And Loretta, I can see comments. I'm excited about this. I haven't been able to see comments when I do these in a while, so it's great. Oh, we have somebody else. Who else is here? Okay, I'm gonna pause for a moment and see if there's more people joining me today. I don't have coffee, although it would be a really great day to have coffee. It's winter here. I'm in Saskatchewan, if anybody's wondering. Okay, well, hello, you guys. And so, yeah. So, hi, Jackie. Hi. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be live with you guys. Thank you for showing up. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today, which is really funny because I didn't actually have a topic picked for today, and it was really making me uncomfortable because normally I have topics picked or I have a really good sense of what we're going to talk about, or somebody's going to send me a question. Somebody has sent a question, but there was no question sent in today. And I came on not knowing what I was going to talk about. And I was kind of like, oh, hey, Dad. I was kind of like, I don't really feel like it. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And I'm like, no, Catherine Oster, no. You are just going to choose it and you're just going to do it. Hey, Mom. And so that's my topic, is just doing it, just choosing it, and seeing what shows up. And now that's leading me into the conversation, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay. So, for in real time, I'm making this video. It's January 2021, just at the very beginning. I can't remember the date. I think it's the 6th today. And so anyway, it's the beginning of a new year, and oftentimes, this is when everybody's making a New Year's resolution. In 2021, I want to lose weight and get into shape, or I'm going to finally choose this thing. Like, we often think it's a certain thing. And my question to you is, what could you start to choose that would create your future greater than you could ever imagine possible? Something that you have never even considered before. Like, allow your awareness to go outside of the box of the money, of the body, of, what relationship, what kind of, there's kind of those normal things that people choose. Is that really what you would like to have this year? Or is what you're asking for something greater than that you haven't quite allowed yourself to become aware of yet, because you haven't asked the question? Now, that is the freaking amazing thing about questions, is once you ask the question, you will start to get a sense of the possibility that's available. And actually, the question that you ask starts to create the possibility that could be available for you to choose if you dare. So, I'm so glad I just jumped on, because oh my God, you guys. And this is something that I have, this is a muscle. This is a thing that I know is something that I could let slow me down, was my not knowing, or myself not having it fully figured out. I could let that stop me. And where do you let that stop you? And what if you started to choose beyond it? So I'm going to talk about this coffee chat, actually, how this came about. So I'm going into 2 years now, 2 years of doing a weekly coffee chat. I think I started in April of 2019. So this coming April, in a few months, is going to be 2 years. And before I started the coffee chat, I just knew that this was something that was going to create greater for my business and for the future, and invite me into being greater. But it was freaking uncomfortable. And I didn't know what I was going to talk about every week. And I could think of all of these reasons why I shouldn't even bother. You know, I'm going to list them all for you now. Nobody's going to want to listen to me. What am I going to talk about? What am I going to do when I run out of topics? And I was actually, the whole commitment thing of committing to once a week to a certain time was really freaking me out. And you know what? So when you are about to make a choice that is going to catapult you or your business into a greater reality, that is when all of those uncomfortable things start to show up. That's when you start to go into all the reasons why you should not choose something, or you should not do something. And so I want to invite you to look at, what is that thing for you this year? You know, what is that thing for you this year? What is that thing that you could choose, start to choose, begin to choose, and allow yourself to trust as you go along on your journey, to know that you can make a different choice. That's another thing. So I'm also not a quitter. Like, I don't know, if I start something, I keep trying so many different ways, and I've never really just given up on something, which is a really great capacity. And it can also be something that allows you, that can drive you insane. So, okay, Jackie. Okay, Jackie said, I've been thinking and asking about being more present on Facebook with Robert and myself. Is bars facility? Oh my God, Jackie, that is really exciting. That lights me up. Yes. Whatever you do, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't choose that. That might just be way too uncomfortable. I love that. That's so great. What was I oh yeah. No. Oh yeah, okay, about how I have this thing. So there is that saying, like, never give up, never give in, never quit. And it's also, oh good, Loretta's getting an idea too. Okay, I can't wait. I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, never give in, never give up, never quit. But being that from the space of awareness, not from the space of unconsciousness. So there's unconsciously being stubborn about something. There's unconsciously choosing the same thing over and over, hoping to get a different result. Now, you can be choosing something, but you can be being different with it in every 10 seconds. So like, for example, with me and the coffee chat. So in the beginning, like the first year of me doing this weekly coffee chat, I didn't think anything was happening. I was like, this is ridiculous. You know, I'm showing up. I still don't have a lot of people live, and I'm totally okay with that. But when I look back on the views, maybe the video views that my video will have like in a few days, or when I go into SoundCloud and I see that people have listened to the SoundCloud clip, or that people have watched the YouTube video, I'm like, this is creating something. And then I started hearing people like, oh, hey, yeah, I saw you on Coffee Chat, or you talked about this and thank you for that information. And people are knowing who I am, and I don't know who they are. And that was a huge sign for me to keep going, no matter what. Loretta started watching me in October of 2019. Oh my gosh, it's just over a year. I'm so grateful. You guys, anyway, so this was a thing that that I had all those reasons and justifications not to even start. And then I just did it. I just chose it. And I allowed myself to know that if it really got bad, I could just quit. But there's that thing, where I just don't quit. Now, when you do never give up, never give in, never quit from the space of awareness, you're staying in the question with the thing. You're not trying to control it to have a certain outcome. So I stayed in the question with this coffee chat every week of like, I wonder what I'm going to talk about today, or coming up with my week. Like, I try to keep it Wednesdays at 1. And sometimes life requires changes, and I allowed it to change. So being in more allowance and following the energy, that's the key. And that is exactly what this show is today. And I had no idea until I started talking, because even 5 minutes before I was going live, I'm like, God, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. And I'm like, this is probably going to be a sucky show. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And I'm like, okay, Catherine, come on, put on your big girl panties and let's just show up and see what comes out of your mouth. And so there is that element of trust that I have built in myself through the continuous showing up no matter what, that I wonder, I'm so excited for you guys choosing this. And so, yes, I can't wait to see. And Loretta said she was instantly hooked. Thank you so much. So, I just started asking myself this question probably about a week ago. Like, what can I choose this year that's beyond what I could ever imagine possible? Honestly, 2020 was a really phenomenal year for me and for our family, actually, for the kids and for Travis. He got his cows, his girls are home now. I've had more people showing up in my classes live, in person, and online, which has been really exciting. I've had a lot of class ideas, which was something that never used to show up with ease for me before. And I've been having more money, even though with the whole, I'm so grateful for everything that I have going on, and it has allowed us to continue to have, create the life regardless of what is around, and so many different revenue streams. So if one gets a little bit slow because of COVID, there's other things that I have already, seeds that I planted years ago that are starting to grow and support me in different ways. So what seeds can you plant today, this year, that will begin to support you in the coming years that you maybe never imagined before? And Coffee Chat is one of the seeds that I planted. And like I said, it's just like a plant. In the beginning, it's tiny and it's not really strong yet, and it needs a lot of care. And as it grows and starts to produce, it starts to fruit possibilities of all of you. And I know a lot of you guys that showed up in my classes this year found me through this. And so I am so freaking grateful. So what seeds can you plant to support you in your future that you are asking for, that will create something greater than you could ever imagine possible? More joy, more money surprising you in many different ways, showing up for you in different ways. Maybe, like, Jackie said, starting a Facebook page, Jackie and Robert, her and her husband. I wonder what would pop for Loretta. I can't wait to find out. Maybe it's taking a class, like a sewing class. I have a lady that comes for writing lessons and she teaches sewing. Maybe it's taking a sewing class. Maybe it is finding an online program for yourself. What is something that you have never chosen before? And choice creates awareness, okay? Allowing yourself, maybe giving yourself a couple of sessions or a month of choosing an online program for yourself to decide if you like it or not. Because choice creates awareness. And often we stop ourselves from choosing things because we've already decided something about it. And what if that's not even true? And you don't know until you try it. It's like food, It can be like the most weirdest looking, like pesto, for example. I used to never want to eat pesto because, it looks weird. It's a green color. It smells funny, but it tastes really good. And I only tried pesto like a couple of years ago. So it's like allowing yourself to fully choose something that's outside of your comfort zone, and then letting yourself know if you like it or not. And if you like it, have more. And if you don't, then you can choose a different kind of food to eat. What if it could be that simple? All right. So what's possible for 2021 that we don't think is possible or know is possible, that if we would allow the possibilities, would actualize a totally different reality? That's one of those clearings from access consciousness. And yeah. All right. Have an amazing day, you guys. I adore all of you. Thank you for showing up, and I'm grateful beyond words. Bye-bye for now. Have an amazing rest of your day.